Let's see where we are now. All right, so let's see if we're here. Let's see. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? I hope we're good. I hope we're good. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm UndeadSick83, your governor of movie reviews. And since it's the weekend, it's time to do another video. And today we are going to do another live stream. And be aware that this is not about physical media. That's coming a different time. So there is no physical media today. That's coming in another stream. But today we are just going to chit chat. You know, we are just going to talk about TV shows, movies, whatever you want to talk about. You know, put some questions in the chat, leave comments, whatever you want to do. I'm here and I'm going to run through as much of them as possible. So this is just a stream. So if you want to come and join me, you know, be welcome. You know, feel free to, again, leave comments, ask questions, all that stuff. So, all right. I don't think we have anyone in the chat yet. Let me just check. No, I think it's good. I think we're good. Okay, so there's no one in the chat. No, there is no one in the chat yet. So for all of you out there, cheers or sláinte, however you want to call it. And I hope this will be a fun stream. So let's see, where are we? Still have no one in the chat here. At least not that I know. Oh, there we are. Sophie's Retro Revival. So Sophie is here. Sophie says, evening. Good evening, Sophie. Good evening. How are you feeling? I hope you are feeling better. I really hope you're feeling better. I know you have, you know, been a bit ill the last time we spoke. So I hope everything's all right, and I hope you are feeling well. So, and thank you for joining me on the chat here. Thank you. You're always welcome here. You're always welcome. So, good evening to yourself. If I'm sweating a bit, it's logical because we did have a bit of a heat wave in Holland here. It's been so hot. It's been so hot. It's insane. Huge heat wave. So, but things are starting to, you know, cool down now. So it's good. But I'm still, you know, sweating a little bit. So I hope you forgive me for that. Anyway, hold on. Is someone texting me right now? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Sophie's Retro Revival is saying, I was diagnosed with photosensitivity, so I have to be careful of flashing lights because it causes migraines. I hope you are well. Well, I'm very well, Sophie. Thank you for asking. I am very well. I only have to work one more week and then I have a week off. And as it turns out, I'm going to London for 4 days. Oh, sorry. I'm going to London for 4 days. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to going back to London. I love London. It's one of my favorite cities. So I'm very excited about that. I might shoot some footage there. Maybe I have to check. I have to see. But yeah, very excited about that. But that's a bummer, Sophie. That's a bummer. Photosensitivity. it's that's that's kind of a bummer. That's rough. That's rough. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got that diagnosis, but um, I'm sure you will be able to. I'm sure you'll find a way to cope with it. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And I imagine that Jason is a lot of help as well. So I imagine that Jason is there to help you through a lot of difficulties. So that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. So but thank you for asking. I'm doing well actually. But yeah, that's a bummer that you got that diagnosis. So um yeah. Sophie's Retro Revival is saying Jason is great. Should be seeing him next week. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, Jason's videos are so much fun to watch as well. You know, he's great. He makes great content. It's always a blast to watch his videos. So yeah. So I can imagine that you're looking forward to that, Sophie. I can imagine that you're looking forward to that. So yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. So in terms of news, I haven't been watching a lot of movies because again the heat wave. I just wasn't really down for watching a lot of movies or making videos or whatever. But I do plan on seeing Beast this weekend. I do plan on seeing Beast this weekend at some point. With, of course, the new film with Idris Elba about a killer lion in the African outback. So I am planning on seeing that movie this weekend. The trailer looks good. Actually, it looks good. It looks intriguing. At least it looks intriguing. So it might be a very bad film, but I'll see. I'll see. Sophie's Retro Revival says the last film I watched was Dreamcatcher. It was really good. Me and Jason are seeing Nope next week. I'm still planning on seeing that one, Sophie. I'm still planning on seeing that one. I really like Jordan Peele. I think Get Out was one of the best modern day horror movies. I really think so. I think he did a really good job with that. Us was okay, I guess. It wasn't bad or anything, but it wasn't up to the level of Get Out. Get Out is fantastic in my opinion. So, but I still have to see Nope, and but I'm hearing mixed reactions about it. It's what I'm hearing. It's 50-50. One half likes it and the other half doesn't. So it's kind of divided in terms of the critics. So but I am going to see it. I am going to see it. I just don't know when yet. I don't know when yet. So Sophie's Retro Revival is saying not seen other Jordan Peele films, so will watch them before Nope to see if I like his directing style. Yeah, you should do that. You should do that probably, because I think Nope is going to have a lot of the tropes that Jordan Peele developed. I think there is going to be a lot of stuff in Nope that are kind of like winks and Easter eggs to stuff we have seen in Get Out, for example. So I think you are going to feel that it is a Jordan Peele film. I think it's going to feel like a Jordan Peele film in terms of certain tropes and stuff. So you should definitely watch Jordan Peele's films. Yeah, you should at least Get Out. You should watch at least Get Out. Get Out. You should see. At least. So that would be my recommendation. So yeah. But like I said, the critics are 50-50 on Nope. um some say it's good, some say it's bad. It's a very mixed bag, and it is what it is. But I am going to see it, but again, I just don't know when, because I'm going to watch Beast first with Idris Elba. uh I'll probably be watching that uh this weekend, somewhere around this weekend. So yeah. um, let's see, where are we? I think we got all of the chats right now. Yeah, I think so. But what you were saying earlier, Sophie, Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher was. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It's not the best Stephen King adaptation. It's not the best Stephen King film, to be honest. With me, for me anyway, it's not the best Stephen King film. But it was good. It was a good film. It was a good film. Um, speaking of which, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. There we are. There I am. Speaking of which, I guess this is some physical media. It's a bit of a tease anyway. But tonight I am going to watch The Shawshank Redemption. After this live stream, I'm going to watch The Shawshank Redemption. So there it is, which is a film that I absolutely love. So it should be great. Let's see. Sophie is saying Dreamcatcher is a very underrated film. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. It is underrated. I do think, however, that the reason that it's very underrated, um, back then when it was released, I think it was in, what was it again? 2001, 2003, somewhere around that area. I don't know. I forgot. But anyway, but when it was, when it was, 2003. There you go. Yeah. It's like 2001, 2003, somewhere around that. But yeah. But back then, when they were marketing Dreamcatcher, they hyped the hell out of it. The Dreamcatcher is one of the most overhyped films that was released in theaters back then, and I think because of that, a lot of people were let down, because it was a bit underwhelming, maybe for a lot of people. Not for me anyway. Not for me, but I can imagine it being underwhelming for a lot of people because it was so hyped up. And I think that's one of the big reasons why it's a very underrated film. That would be my guess anyway. But it's still good. I mean, I really like Dreamcatcher. I like Dreamcatcher. I think it's a pretty good film. So let's see. Sophie is saying, I love The Shawshank Redemption. Jason has never seen it. What? Jason has never seen Shawshank Redemption? Wow, that's wow. You have to show him that one then. you have to show him that one. You have to let him watch Shawshank Redemption. But I agree with you. It's I love I love the film. I love Shawshank Redemption. It's a fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. So, but by the way, if you want to watch a really good Stephen King movie, Sophie, if you want to watch a really good Stephen King movie, watch watch Gerald's Game on Netflix. It is starring Bruce Greenwood and Carla Gugino, and Carol Strachan, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's one of my favorite films from Stephen King from the last couple of years. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So watch Gerald's Game. It's on Netflix. Watch Gerald's Game. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film. So Sophie says I shall add it to my list. Well, okay. There you go. Yeah, add it to the list. It's great. It's a brilliant film. It's a really brilliant film, and it's the interesting is that most Stephen King movies and novels always have a certain supernatural element to it, or some otherworldly thing added in there. Gerald's Game is a very grounded film. Gerald's Game is a very grounded film. I wouldn't even call it a horror movie. It's more of a psychotic thriller, really. But I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way, in a really good way. But it's more of a psychological thriller instead of a horror film. But it's really brilliant. So again, Gerald's Game added to the list. Let's see. Sophie's Retro Revival says, my favorite Stephen King movie is Carrie, It, or The Shining. I can't choose. Well, that's true. That's true. No, I mean, all three of those are really, really good. Carrie always has a special significance for me when it comes to like my own life and my childhood, because in terms of my own past in school, and being bullied and stuff, because a lot of that I was bullied throughout most of my childhood. So Carrie always has a very special place in my heart. The Shining is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And of course, it's but by the way, Sophie, which version of it? The 1990 version or the new films? Just let me know that. Which version of it are you talking about? Let's see. Playtendo guys here. Hey mate, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing great. As I was saying, I'm sweating a little bit, but like I said before, we've had a huge heat wave in Holland here. It's starting to cool down now a little bit, but it's been very, very hot. So if it looks like I'm sweating a bit, that's because of the temperature and stuff. So just letting you know. Oh, people are talking amongst themselves. Hey Sophie, Playtendo guy says, hey Sophie, The Shining and the original It. Okay, well that's a good list. Of course, The Shining. I mean, The Shining is utter brilliance. The Shining is completely brilliant. I love everything about that film. I love that film so much. And the original, it's it's Tim Curry. It's Tim Curry. What more do you want? So yeah. Sophie is saying, 2017 It. Not seen the original. I have an It tattoo. Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool, Sophie. That's wow. You have an It tattoo. That's great. I have a different tattoo here, but it's not movie related. Not movie related. So, the 2017 It. I mean, yeah, that movie is pretty damn good to say. I have to say, the 2017 It is. I would have to say that is really good. The problem for me with that film goes into part two. You know, I don't know. There, in some strange way, it has always had a problem of adopting the adult version of the children. In present day, even in the miniseries, the part with the adults is very, it's very unbalanced, really. It's very unbalanced, and it's this sort of curse that hangs over the um you know uh stuff. It's like a curse that is hanging over the It material. The stuff with the grown-ups, it never really worked out that well. So yeah, but I mean, part one is really, really good. I'll agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Um, but you should really watch the 1990 version, Sophie. You should really watch the version from 1990, because Tim Curry is brilliant in that film. He is brilliant. So yeah. Let's see. Sophie is saying It Chapter 2 dragged on too long for me. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Look, usually I'm not very I don't usually I don't care about runtime. Normally I don't care about runtime. For me anyway, a movie takes as long as it needs to take, whether it's 90 minutes or 2.5 hours. So, that stuff normally doesn't really bother me that much. But It Chapter 2, that's one of those examples that, it it dragged on too long. I agree with that. I agree. It really dragged on. It really did. Especially in the middle section. I feel like in like the middle section of that film, that's where it kind of loses its pace a bit. Um, but that's just me. That's just me. But for me, it was the middle section that was kind of dragging its feet. So yeah, but yeah. So let's see, where are we? Oh, Sophie is saying, I found out It and Dreamcatcher are connected, which is awesome. Yeah, they are actually. They are actually. Um, you know, they are more connected in the books than they are in the actual films. In the books, there is much more. Um, in the books, they are much more connected in similar ways than they are in the movies. But still, in the movies, you can see little, things as well. So yeah, they are connected. That's true. But Stephen King has this sort of tendency of connecting, different books together in a certain way. So, it's like, for example, in the Tommyknockers, Knockers, for example, one of the characters takes a side trip to Derry, and he sees a clown standing on the side of the road. So, even in the Tommyknockers, there is a reference to it. So, it's this is just something that Stephen King likes to do. So yeah. Sophie is saying I will have to look out for the books. Yeah. I don't really own a lot of the books, but I have read them all, basically. Well, most of them anyway. Most of them. So yeah. Sophie is saying they are making a TV show based on Pennywise. I think it's called Welcome to Derry. Yeah, I did. To be honest, I don't really know how to feel about that. I don't really know how to feel about that, to be honest, because here's the thing. It is a very self-contained story. It is a story that has it has a very clear beginning, a very clear middle section, and a very clear ending. And by the time you reach the ending of the end of the book, the story is actually over. And so making a TV show based on the character of Pennywise, I don't really know how to feel about that yet. I don't really know how to feel about that yet. But then again, I said the same thing about the Lord of the Rings, and the Rings of Power is one of the most exciting TV shows. I'm very excited for the Rings of Power. So, which I never thought I would. I never thought I would be hyped for a Lord of the Rings TV show, but it's coming, and I'm very, very excited, to be honest. So yeah. Sophie is saying I will be watching House of the Dragon on Sunday, the new Game of Thrones spin-off show. I will be watching it too, Sophie. I will be watching it too. And you know what? I saw the trailer when they released it on Comic-Con. I saw the trailer, and let me tell you, it was. Let me take it a few steps back. Let me take it a few steps back here. Look, I mean, we all know how Game of Thrones ended. We don't have to reopen that well again. Everyone has, everyone has had their moment to hate and be angry and disappointed and rant and all of that stuff. So, let's just let that go. But we all know how Game of Thrones ended. And so when they announced the spin-off that was called House of the Dragon, I was like, really? It felt to me, it felt like they were trying to mend fences with the fans who were still angry, and rightfully so. But again, let me tell you something. When they released the trailer on Comic-Con and I saw the trailer, by the way, I've watched the trailer 10 times now. I watched the trailer 10 times. When I saw that trailer on Comic-Con, it looks good. It looks very, very good. It looks really good. It looks pretty awesome, actually. It looks pretty awesome. It looks really good, really good. So I'm very excited for it, and I'm going to watch it as well. I'm going to watch it as well. So yeah. Sophie is saying, I also have a Game of Thrones tattoo. I have a dragon egg tattoo. Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Amazing. Sophie is saying, I have avoided the trailer. I want to go in blind. You know what? I had the same mindset, Sophie. I had the same mindset. But to be honest with you, the trailer doesn't reveal a lot. The trailer is actually pretty careful in how much they give away. So you might be okay to watch it still, but it's only 2 days away now. So you might just wait and watch. So but it did look very good, and I'm very excited for it. So yeah. My buddy Jerry is here. Hello, buddy. Glad to catch your streaming. Did you get to see Dario Argento's latest Giallo? I'm getting a feeling that it might be his swan song. You know what, Jerry? I ordered Dark Glasses. I did. I ordered Dark Glasses on Blu-ray. It hasn't arrived at my house yet, so I haven't watched the movie yet. Sadly, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm dying to watch it. I really want to watch it. I really do, because it looks really good. It looks really good. And about, it might be a swan song. Yeah, you might be right about that. You might be right about that. The same way that, Crimes of the Future was David Cronenberg's swan song, so to speak. You could be right. You could be correct that Dark Glasses is going to be his swan song. Actually, it's you could be right about that. You could be right about that for sure. Let's see. Sophie is saying, I will be back to YouTube either end of this month or the next month. Okay, well, that's cool. That's great. That's great. That's good. That's cool. I will look out for your channel, Sophie, and I will look out for your future videos. I definitely will. I will look out for your future videos. So let's see, where are we? I think I've gotten through everything up till now. I think so. Did I forget anything? No, I don't think so. Okay. So but again, Jerry, I think you're right about that. It might be his swan song. It might be, and it's probably for the best as well. Because the the Italian movie industry is, it's pretty much gone anyway for most part. For the biggest part anyway. So, they don't really have a flourishing movie industry anymore, so it's it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, you might be right about that. Let's see. Sophie is saying, I appreciate that Jason is going to help me with thumbnails as he is better at that. Well, don't be afraid to ask him for help, Sophie. Don't be afraid for to ask for help for that stuff. I'm pretty much doing this all on my own. I have no help, or I have no feedback or whatever. As I'm single, so I don't have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. I'm single, so I'm pretty much doing this all on my own. So, but don't be afraid to let Jason help you, because again, he makes really great videos. So yeah. Jerry is saying, did you hear what happened to Anne Heche 2 weeks ago? She starred in the Psycho remake of 1998. I was actually absolutely shocked to find out what happened. Yeah, actually, I did hear about it. It was it was really something. And I never expected Anne Heche to be. I never expected someone like her to get addicted to drugs. I mean, she always seemed like a very straightforward and clear-minded person. So, to hear that, they found drugs in her system and stuff, that was weird. I mean, that was I didn't expect that at all. And look, I mean, regardless of how you feel towards Ellen DeGeneres or stuff like that, I'm not gonna go into that here. I don't want to get political and stuff, but yeah, that was really something. And yeah, I didn't expect that at all. And and at her age as well, at her age, because he wasn't that old really. So yeah, very surprising. And the Psycho remake, from 1998, it's a remake. That's all I say about it. It's a remake. That's all I'll say about it. So yeah. Sophie is saying, how do you not get lonely? Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I get lonely. So, but it's it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it, right? That's just the situation as it is. So, but sometimes it's lonely. So, but I have my movies, so there you go. And Sophie's also saying, sorry, I'm gonna have to go, but take care. Okay, well, thank you for dropping by, Sophie. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to chat with me. It always means a lot to me, when people check in. Take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. I hope you will, I hope you feel better soon. Let Jason help you wherever he can, and just, have a great weekend. And I hope you will have a great time. So, bye. See you next time. Hopefully see you next time. And give Jason my best. So, bye. Bye, Sophie. Bye. All right, where are we here? Let's see. I think I've went through all of the chats here. I think so. Yeah, we're good, I think. But yeah, again, the Psycho remake, I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest, because it's a remake, and you all know how I feel about remakes. I'm not the biggest fan of remakes, so it is what it is. Jerry is saying, not only Anne Heche demise, but also her life itself is really something. Her mother is 85 years old now. She had 5 children. 4 of them are deceased now. just think about. Yeah, I know. It's really something. And maybe that was the reason for why she started to use drugs. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't want to speculate too much, but yeah, it's really something. It's really something. And I didn't expect that at all. And it's we have lost a lot of old school actors and actresses over the last 1 or 2 years. I mean, not too long ago we lost Fred Ward, of all people. Not too long ago, Fred Ward passed away. My hero from Tremors, and Escape from Alcatraz, and Naked Gun, and what was the other one again? Chain Reaction, and great actor. But yeah, not too long ago we lost Fred Ward. So all of these old school actors are slowly dying out, which is sad. But it's reality, I guess. It's reality. So yeah. But again, Anne Heche, I'm just very yeah, I didn't expect that at all. Did not expect that. So yeah, but it was the same situation with Tawny Keaton, right? Who's She used to star in Hercules, the Legendary Journeys. When she passed away, that was kind of a shock as well. So, sometimes these things just happen. I guess it is what it is. So yeah, let's see, where are we? I think I went through all of the comments. I think so. Let me just check. I think I had everything. I think so. Yeah. Let me just check the time here. We are at 42 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. We can still go for a while. So let's see. We have 2 people watching the live stream. That's good. I've got 2 thumbs up, which is really great. Thank you very much for whoever did that. So yeah, let's see. I think I'm good on everything. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah. Jerry, I was just saying to Sophie that I haven't watched a lot of movies because of like the heat wave and stuff. It's just been too hot to watch any movies and do videos and stuff. But I do plan on watching Beast this weekend, somewhere around this weekend. Beast, the new film with Idris Elba about the killer lion, in the African outback, right? So I do plan on watching that movie in theaters. So yeah, but I haven't really watched a lot of movies because of just the temperature it's been very humid and stuff, and I've been sweating quite a bit, and yeah, it was just the temperature was really bad, and so the conditions didn't allow me to really film anything, but because also I have a lot of lights on me, I have a lot of lights focused on me, so that triggers another heat wave, so to speak. That's a whole different heat wave. So yeah. Oh, Euphoria Pictures is here. Hello, my friend. Thought I'd pop in and say hello. Hope you are doing well. Well, thank you for dropping in, Keith. Thank you very much. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. But again, this heat wave has been killing me. We've had a heat wave this last 2 weeks, I think it was the last 2 weeks, and the temperature and just it's been insane, and I've been sweating a lot, and it's been it's been quite bad actually. But apart from that, I'm doing very well, and I hope you are doing well as I hope you are doing okay as well. So, and your videos are always a blast to watch. So yeah, but thank you for dropping in, man. That means a lot. That really means a lot. Let's see. Jerry is saying this heat wave is really something. I even refused to drive to a movie theater several times in the last couple of weeks to see a few great re-releases. Impossible to enjoy anything. Yeah, I know. It's been insane. It's really been insane, and it's I have a lot of catching up to do. I have a lot of catching up to do because it's there is a lot of movies that I still have to watch. So I'm I'm going to do a marathon of all of the movies that I still have to watch at some point. So it is what it is. But apparently you had the same problem, Jerry. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Let's see. Euphoria Pictures is saying we've had it very bad over here as well. Thankfully, it's cooled considerably. Thanks for the kind words. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's starting to cool down now. It's starting to cool down. It's still a bit moist. It's still a bit humid in the room and stuff. Maybe it's partially because of the lights, of course, but there is still some moist in the air. But it is cooling down, though. It is cooling down. But again, I have a lot of catching up to do with watching movies and stuff. So I might do, a marathon next weekend or whatever, where I watch like all the movies that I still have to watch. Pulling an all-nighter and stuff. That's something like that. I don't know. I do plan, like I said before, I do plan on seeing Beast this weekend, though, in the theaters. The new movie with Idris Elba about the killer lion in the African outback. I am planning to watch that movie somewhere in the weekend now. So I am going to watch that one probably, but yeah, I should probably do like a movie marathon next weekend or whatever, because I have a lot of catching up to do. And of course, you're welcome, Keith. You're welcome. I mean, you're a great guy. You have a great channel, and again, your videos are always so much fun to watch. So, of course. Let's see, where are we? Did I get all of the comments and stuff? I think I did. Jerry is saying, how do you feel about this relatively new genre of YouTube videos, which is movie reactions? I got really addicted to it. This kind of channels are really exploding. Yeah, I mean it's becoming a real phenomenon, isn't it? And you know what? It has given me hope. It has given me hope because a while back I showed The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to someone in my circle, and he doesn't watch a lot of movies, so but I showed him The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which I think is a brilliant film. But every time I feel like every time I show old movies like that, I mean, they're not that old, but I guess they are old right now. But whenever I show old movies to like the modern day audience, a lot of the times they just really talk down on it because they are accustomed to the movies that we get now in the theaters, where everything is pre-visualized and stuff like that, and a lot of movies use a lot of CGI and stuff, and the movies like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, they have been parodied, they have been made fun of, and how do you put it? They have been ripped off and made fun of all throughout the pop culture, right? I mean, for example, take the Planet of the Apes, right? The original Planet of the Apes. The Simpsons has cured everything, whether it's Robot Chicken or whatever you want to call it. There is just a certain atmosphere towards those films, and the same with The Bad and the Ugly. Whenever someone is watching that film, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I can already hear them say like, "Oh my God, I remember the Simpsons parody of this movie," and it makes me crazy. But just just the appreciation for films like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is slowly disappearing. And like you said, the reaction videos, the YouTube channels, the movie reaction videos, that has given me hope, because a lot of those channels are watching movies. It's a lot of the times it's modern day audiences watching old movies they haven't seen before. And my favorite of the reactions, and this gets me smiling every single time, especially when like women or like teenagers do it. The Exorcist. Watch reactions of The Exorcist, especially one scene where like the scene with what scene I'm talking about, but and every single time they do a reaction, every single time they go like, "Oh my God, oh God, oh God." It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. And it always makes me grin from like ear to ear, like that's it right there. You get it. And it's amazing. But especially The Exorcist, like with that scene, it's like it's amazing. And that has given me hope, actually. That has given me hope. It really did. Let's see. Jerry is saying, at least movie reactions genre of videos is much better than mukbangs. Yeah, absolutely. Jerry is saying, movie reaction channels are giving me hope too. They usually take their movies seriously. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, recently I saw a reaction of what was it again? Recently I saw a reaction of Jurassic Park. That's what it was. Was it Jurassic Park? No, I'm sorry. It was Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's what it was. I recently saw a reaction of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and even though that movie has a lot of humor in it and stuff, and has a lot of cheesy moments, and lots of big action stuff, and it's not really a film that has a lot of philosophical stuff, you know. But still, when people watch it, they take it seriously. They take the movie seriously, and they watch the movie for the way it's supposed to be seen. The way it's supposed to be seen. That's how they watch it, and I think that's pretty cool, actually. So I don't see a lot of trolls or people who make fun of stuff on those kind of channels. Yeah. So mm. Let's see. By the way, I'm coming right back. I need to refill my drink here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, here I am. I'm back. There we go. I just need to refill my drink here. So, all right, let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Okay, good. We're good. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Where are we? There we are. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, like I was saying, they take those movies seriously, and if someone if someone made fun of a movie like Raiders of the Lost Ark, I would be very frustrated, because that movie means so much to a lot of people. It's crazy, but yeah. Let's see. Jerry is saying, speaking of Planet of the Apes, it's crazy how time flies. Someone I know told me about the remake of Planet of the Apes lately, and I remembered there is 2 remakes already. Yeah, there is. There are 2 remakes. Yeah. There is the I think the first remake was from the 80s. I think it was somewhere in the 80s. I don't know the precise date there, but it's somewhere in the 80s. I thought. And then of course the new trilogy of Planet of the Apes, which is I like those films. I like the Planet of the Apes films, actually, especially War of the Planet of I can speak. Especially War of the Planet of the Apes. That was the one with Woody Harrelson in it, right? Who played the military guy, right? Yeah, War of the Planet of the Apes. But yeah, I thought that movie was really good. But so I like the new films, but it's not the original one. It's not the original one. Um, let's see. Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry is saying that the first remake was 2001 by Tim Burton. Right, that's what it was. That's what it was. But where time flies. Where is time? Where does time go? Yeah, but that's what it was. 2001 by Tim Burton. Yeah, that's what it was. That was the first Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. But yeah, I like the new films. But they're not the original one. I mean, the original movies with Charlton Heston, I mean, nothing beats that in my opinion. But I do like War of the Planet of the Apes. I do like that movie a lot. So But yeah, 2001. I mean, time does fly. Where is time, right? And he made that movie after Sleepy Hollow, which is that's a strange choice to me, because because that was the first time that Tim Burton actually stepped away from his usual thing and tried to do different things. Because before that, he very much had his own flavor to his films, with the colors, and the strange houses, and of course the big eyes and stuff like that. And but that movie, The Planet of the Apes, that was his first attempt to do something different, right? And it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't really like that movie that much. Um, yeah, it just never really worked for me. It never really worked for me. So yeah. Let's see. Where are we? Did I have all of the comments here? I think I did. Yeah, I think so. I had all the comments right there. There have been 3 people who have given me the thumbs up. Well, thank you very much for that, whoever you are. Thank you very much, whoever that was. That always means a lot. So, yeah, let's see. I think I got all of the comments again. Let me check. I think so. Yeah, I think so. All right, there we go. But yeah, I mean, still the original Planet of the Apes. That's still the best for me. With Charlton Heston, of course. That still is my favorite Planet of the Apes films. So yeah. But again, the new films, they are good films. They're good films. Um, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, of course, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. They are good movies, but they don't hold the magic that the original one does for me anyway. That's just me. So, but yeah, it's all right. Let's see where we are. Are we still good? I think we're still good. I think so. Okay, there we go. So let's see where I am. I'm at 1 hour and 3 minutes now. I will probably go on for like 15 more minutes or something, 15 to 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna close it off. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Jerry is saying, today I came across an interesting poll which posed a question: do you think there will be a movie in the future that will make your top 10? How would you answer that? That's a tough question. Really tough. because a lot of the movies that are coming out today are either MCU, DCEU, or Star Wars, right? That those are probably. I'm sorry. Oh, where? Why? Why do you yawn? Why do you yawn? But yeah, like I said, today, the three biggest categories are, DCU, MCU, and probably Star Wars. So there aren't really a lot of independent filmmakers who make really creative, properties and stuff. I mean, I think that time is over. I think that time is just over. The time of, real independent filmmaking, and just with, people having really creative visions and stuff. I The other day I was watching Jaws from Steven Spielberg. It would be impossible to make a movie like that today. It's impossible to make a movie like that today. Same goes for Once Upon a Time in the West. That's another movie. Those movies can never be made again today in present cinema. And so that's a tough question. Which movie in the future will make your top 10? I would probably say none. Because again, the whole atmosphere of filmmaking has just it has changed so much, and there is no real creative filmmaking anymore. There is no real independent creative filmmaking anymore, I feel like. I mean, there are some exceptions, of course. There are some exceptions, but for 90% probably of all movies that are coming out today, it's just it's not a very creative project, and a very, you know uh the director doesn't really have an independent mindset, I feel like. So if you ask me the question, which movie will make the top 10 in the future, my answer would be none. I think none. I really do. I think none. So Jerry's saying, how would you answer that? Seriously doubt that. Oh, that's your answer. That's your answer. I seriously doubt it, but miracles do happen. That's how I would answer that question. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. And look, like I said, I think, there are still some exceptions to the rule. I think there are still some exceptions in filmmaking, but I think for 90% of all of the movies that we're getting, it's just, yeah, none of those will make my top 10. None of those will make my top 10. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. The whole movie climate has just, changed in such a way that it's it is what it is, and you have to roll with the punches, I guess. You have to roll with the punches and just take it for what it is. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me check. Why is someone texting me? There's someone texting me. It's very annoying. Anyway, while I'm streaming, so I don't want to read that. I'll read it later. So yeah, but yeah, that's the answer to my question, Jerry. Probably none. Probably none. It's yeah. There is just no creative filmmaking anymore with, directors who have a real, independent way of thinking, right? um which it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's it will probably never happen that a movie gets in my top 10. So uh not anymore anyway. Not anymore. So where are we? Let's see. Jerry is saying you are spot on about the movie making climate having changed. Movies cease bring events. Yeah, that's why there will never be an event like Jaws, which was a cultural event. Ceased. Oh yeah, ceased events. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's true. That's exactly. The- You're you're right on the spot there, Jerry. You're right on the spot there. It's just yeah, and I think I think it's a real shame. I think it's a real shame. And um, a while back, I saw a very interesting interview with an Italian producer, an Italian movie producer. And you know how much I love Italian and European cinema, right? You know that. But I saw a very interesting interview, and that is that um, the reason that the film industry died out in Italy and in the Spain and stuff like that is because of the studio. It's because the studio got cheap, basically, because there was a certain process in Italy and Europe where the films that were being released, they were released in three runs, basically. So the first run was for the elite, the upper class people. Then the second run was for like the middle class people, and then the third run was for the lower class people. So everyone, every single person, whether you're rich or poor or an invalid or a very healthy person, doesn't matter. Every single person could go and watch their movies. Everybody could watch their movies because they had a three run sort of schedule. And of course the lower class, they 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 had to pay less than the upper class, right? And it's really funny that if you look at the cinemas today, the price of an admission ticket is like 15 euros. That's a lot of money. The price of an admission ticket is like 12 to 15 euros. And then you still have to get drinks, of course, and something to eat and stuff. So that's pretty expensive. And so when I hear the Italian producer talk about that, uh, basically at some point the studio decided, in Italy anyway, in Europe, that that they were going to cut on the runs. So the third run was being canceled. So you can only go if you're upper class or middle class. And then at some point, middle class got canceled, and you only had, you know, the moviegoers were only upper class, and it cost the producers and the filmmakers and the actors and stuff. It cost them so much money, respect, dignity, and a sense of belonging to something, that eventually it led to strikes and stuff like that, and cutting back on budgets and money and stuff. And ultimately, at some point, um, you know, also partly because uh, they started to make rip-offs of Alien and Mad Max and stuff because they basically ran out of ideas, basically. But those two things, those two things together caused the demise of the film industry in Europe and Italy. And it's because like you said, it's because movies like Jaws are never they're not made anymore. They're just not made anymore. Creative, you know uh independent creative thinking directors who make almost art house films, well, anyway, small films with a low budget, which used to make lots of money. I think Jaws had a budget of $11 million, I think it was, and it made like 140 million. That's insane. I mean, they made huge amounts of money back. That type of filmmaking just doesn't exist anymore, and it will probably never return because, again, the box office is now it's dominated by DCU, MCU, Star Wars, all of that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love those things from time to time, but I miss the independent filmmakers who would just go out and create really interesting, intriguing, and very creative films. That's creative films. So yeah, it's kind of sad, really. It's kind of sad because that kind of film industry, I don't think it will ever return anymore. I don't think it will. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But luckily we have all of these labels now, right? Like 88 Films and Powerhouse and Arrow and stuff like that, who are bringing back all of these old classics that all of us love. So that's a very good thing. That's a very good thing. So let's see. Jerry says blockbusters used to be low budget. That's right. Yeah, that's right. These days, the very phrase "low budget blockbuster" is an oxymoron. Yeah, exactly. It's like for example, action movies are made for like $100 million now, and a lot of the time, the action scenes that are in it are almost impossible to follow. You can't see who is hitting who and stuff, and who is chasing who, and everything is blurred and stuff. And then I look back at things like the Mechanic and Bullet and the Hitcher and stuff like that, and it's like, and all of those movies are made for like $5 million, $4 million. I think the Mechanic was $10 million, which is fine. But I mean, you can make interesting action movies with a low budget, but that sort of stuff just doesn't exist anymore. And I don't know. It seems like they have this mentality of like, we have to pump as much money into a movie as possible because then it will make its money back. That's a myth, by the way. That's a myth. But yeah, sometimes that's very frustrating. Because again, I just miss I miss the days of like old school filmmaking, and and just creative visions and stuff, and directors who would really go out of their way to make a great piece of art. And yeah, it's it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Jerry says, I'm not sure if you've been talking about the recent horror release They Them. It seems to be pretty controversial, very mixed reactions. Actually, I haven't heard of that movie yet. Actually, I didn't know that movie came out. They Them. No, I haven't heard about it. So, but it's interesting that it's controversial. Very mixed reactions. Yeah, it's I might watch it. I might give it a go at some point, but I don't know. I haven't even heard of it, so so it's I might watch it one day. I might watch it one day. The Dutch film buff is here. Hi there. Hi. Bad editing, hyper montage, often used to mask the bad fighting skills of certain old actors. Liam Neeson. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. And don't get me wrong, I freaking love Liam Neeson. Don't get me wrong, I freaking love Liam Neeson. I mean, Ra's al Ghul. He played Ra's al Ghul, people. Let's not forget that. He played Ra's al Ghul and Oscar Schindler. So I love Liam Neeson. I really do. I think he's a great actor. But like you said, it's just when you watch his action films, it's like, who's hitting who right now? Or who is shooting at who? It's just impossible to see anything, and like you said, bad editing, hyper montage. It's like it's almost like they feel like they have to cut away like every 5 seconds of an action scene, right? If they're doing an action scene, like we have to cut away like every 3 or 5 seconds, and it's really annoying. It's really annoying. It really is. Dutch Film Buff also says hello, guys. Hi there again, Dutch Film Buff. Hi again. Thank you for dropping in. That always means a lot. So, thank you for checking in. It's good to have you here. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right about that. So, yeah. It's quite the frustration, actually. It's quite the frustration. So yeah. Let's see, where am I? I'm at 1 hour and 23 minutes. I will go for about like another 10 minutes or something, and then I will probably close off the stream because let's see. Jerry is saying the title of this film is pronounced They/Them, and I think it's the perfect title for a slasher film set in an LGBT conversion camp. Oh, that sounds like a very interesting film. Actually. I have to watch that. I'll write that down. They/Them. I'll write that down. I'll remember that one. I might have to watch that one. That sounds very interesting. Let's see. Dutch Film Buff says the bad editing in the action scenes was one of the reasons I didn't like Quantum of Solace. I hop on to another stream in 30 minutes. No problem. Okay, well there you go. Yeah, I'll go for like another. I'll go for about 10 minutes or something, and then I'll close it off. So, but yeah, Quantum of Solace, Dutch film buff. Quantum of Solace is just. Let's not go there, shall we? Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I don't want to do it. 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 It's Days of Our Lives meets James Bond, right? That's all I'll say about it. That's all I'll say about it. But it's so surprising. It's so surprising because Casino Royale was brilliant, right? The first one with Daniel Craig. Casino Royale was brilliant. Quantum of Solace was. I don't even want to go there. And then came Skyfall. And then Skyfall came. Skyfall came after Quantum of Solace. Boy, they learned their lesson there. I mean, Skyfall was phenomenal. So I'm still baffled. Like, how do you go from a train wreck? There, I said it. How do you go from Quantum of Solace to Skyfall? I still can't wrap my head around it, but it's like, at least we got Skyfall. So, that's a good thing. Let's see. Jerry is saying, them also stars Kevin Bacon. Oh, cool. That's cool. He stars as the head of the camp, which is an obvious wink to his famous role in Friday the 13th. Yeah, probably. He probably won't get. I mean, maybe, but he probably won't be killed with like an arrow through the neck or whatever. I have to rewatch that movie. Actually, I want to rewatch that movie again. The Dutch film buff says, I really liked X, the Thai West 70s horror. Oh yeah, I heard a lot of really good things about that one. I might have to check that out. I hear a lot of really good things about that, so I might watch that. Dutch film buff laughs. Dutch film buff says, "So you agree?" Yeah, of course I disagree. Of course I agree. Dutch film buff. Of course I agree with you. Of course I agree. Dutch film buff laughs again. Simple. Hire a better director. Yeah, well, it's like, that's hire a better director. Let me give you some. Hire a better director. Get better actors. Get a better song by Adele. Get a better cinematographer. Get a better music player. How do you call it? Soundtrack designer. Get a better. I don't know, but get a lot of better things. That's for sure. That's for sure. Get better people, of course. Get better people to make your film. That's true. That's absolutely true. So, but yeah, it's really surprising. It was so surprising how much I loathed Quantum of Solace, and how much I loved Skyfall. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre because I freaking love Skyfall. I recently rewatched Skyfall, and it's so good. Skyfall is so damn good. I love that film. That film is fantastic. Dutch film buff says Roger Deakins, cinematographer on Skyfall. He did all the early Coen stuff. Yeah, well, exactly. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Like, you know, get a better cinematographer, get a better director, just get better people to make your film. But yeah, exactly. That's exactly true. But yeah, I mean, Skyfall is really something. Skyfall is really something. It's I love that film. I love that film, and it's really bizarre, how things change. So, but yeah. All right, so I'm about to close this stream off, guys. I talked for an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna cut it off pretty soon now, within 3 minutes or something. So because my throat is working up a bit, and I've been talking for like an hour and a half now, so it's I'm I'm gonna close off the stream pretty soon. Um, Let me just say goodbye and say thank you to everyone here. Dutch Film Buff, Jerry. Let's see who else was here. Let me go back up. Sophie from Sophie's Retro Revival, Playtendo Guy, Jerry, Dutch Film Buff, everyone. Of course, Euphoria Pictures. Everyone who took time out of their schedule to be here. Thank you for dropping into the live stream. Thank you for asking questions, leaving comments, stuff like that, chatting with me. It's always fun to talk to fellow movie fans and stuff. It always means a lot. That's what's so great about this community. Talking to like-minded people, people who love film and TV shows and stuff. So that's all great. So thank you everyone who has been tuning in here today. It's been a great stream. Jerry has one more message here. Jerry says, I bet Daniel Craig was glad the producers got better director, cinematographer, etc., but let him stay. Yeah, I can imagine that to be true. Yeah, I think Daniel Craig was very happy about that. I really do. I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, again, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching and chatting with me and asking questions and leaving comments. Streams like this are always a lot of fun to do. I have so much fun doing these. Again, talking to fellow movie fans and stuff. The next time I'm going to do a live stream is going to be physical media. So the next live stream, I'm going to show what I picked up for like the last couple of months, and talk about those. So keep your eye out for that one. I don't know when I'm gonna do that live stream. I'm probably gonna wait for things to cool down a bit, weather-wise, and probably after I come back from London as well. But it is coming. There is a live stream coming where we're going to talk about physical media. So keep your eye out for that one. Jerry is saying one more thing here. Thank you for taking your time. It was a great live stream as always. Well, Jerry, very much appreciated. Again, it's always fun to talk to everyone here, and you as well. I mean, you're a very loyal follower of mine. So it's been great to have you here. So I'm gonna close it off now. Again, thank you everyone for watching. I will be back with more videos as soon as possible. I promise you. Of course, stay safe and healthy as always, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I see everyone around for the next time for the next live stream. Hopefully, tune into that one because it's going to be a good one. Physical media. Again, have a nice weekend, and I see you guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.